Right, hey everyone, hope everyone is doing well. So in this video here, I want to talk about Emilie. So if you didn't know, in 4.8, our last patch in Fontaine, I think that she's our first danger unit in Fontaine. I could be wrong, correct me down below. So we're getting Chlorine tonight, then 3 weeks from now we will get Sidrine, and then 4.8, it seems like she will be our last new unit coming to Genshin Impact in Fontaine. And I think that she's our first danger unit in Fontaine, right? Correct me down below, please. I really can't remember. Now, do note this. I will have a follow-up video about a kit, maybe next week or next following week when I get more details. I have all the information. I'm just trying to summarize her kit the best that I can right now because there's a lot of different things going on in her kit. So, hopefully you could enjoy this, and by the end of this, you could kind of understand a little bit of her kit. So, firstly, she's a burning Dendro unit. Keep that in mind. Let's go straight into elemental skill. So when you pop the elemental skill, click E. I don't know what you do on console. It will initially deal AoE Dendro damage to all of the enemies around you. It also summons a lamp on the field that deals Dendro damage to the enemies and seems to work very similar to us, Official. Now this has a stacking mechanic. It can stack up to 2 times, and there's a level 1 and a level 2. Now how you gain these stacks is from burning the enemies. Now, when it collects the stocks, the damage will increase, obviously. There could only be 1 lamp on the field. So, I don't know if they're trying to hint, like similar to like Yai Miko in co-op. I don't know. Ever so often, Emilie will deal AoE Dendro damage with her off-field Dendro attacks. So, she has that little other attack that hits the enemies as well. And that's her elemental skill. Now, her burst. What her burst does, remember I tell you how there's the stack of level 1 and level 2. So what this does, it transforms her lamp or enhances it, depending on how you look at it, to level 3. Now when this happens, she will continuously strike the enemy with the attack in her elemental skill. So you know how I told you ever so often she will do this Dendro attack? I believe that that's the same attack. I really think so. I have to wait and see the gameplay of her to see if that's the same attack. But so far it's pointing to be that. And when this ends, her elemental burst, she will resummon a lamp on the field. So it seems like she has 100% uptime with her lamp, which is, cool. And that's her elemental burst. Now I cannot go into details with the numbers, the percentages and stuff, but the numbers and stuff are good. Just know that. She also scales with crit damage, and I will talk about this in the end of the video. So let's get into her 2 passives. Passive 1, whenever Emilie gets a level 2 stack, she will deal a massive AoE Dendro damage to the enemy. So remember how I told you on her burst that she will do this attack? I'm not sure if it will be this big damaging number from her passive because it's kind of high. I think it's like 500%. But I feel like it might be like something like this similar animation. So, let's keep that in mind. I really need to see the animations tomorrow. And that's passive 1. Passive 2 now, when her elemental skill is on the field, all nearby teammates will have 85% more pyro resistance from the burning damage. So this already tells you that she's an off-field unit because it's telling you when you switch to the other characters and you have that lamp on the field or a casket. I don't know if the casket is the name of the elemental skill. It's kind of weird how they worded it or the information that I got, the translation. So she's an off-field unit and she will give 85% more pyro resistance from the burning. Just remember that, the burning damage. And that's just a summary of her kit so far. So let's talk a little bit what I think about her. And if you're unsure if to summon for Chlorine tonight. Now, I wanted to do a separate video. Let's just put it into one. Chlorine is a fantastic unit. She's beautiful. She's a hot, electro mommy. She's a gun girl too. She got the buttons ripping out everything, But you need to look at your account. Do you need another electro on field main DPS? Or do you want to wait a little bit to get something new? You see, Emilie seems to be one of those units, like similar to like Nilo. They are like one of a kind. It depends on the user, by the way. If you're kind of bored in Genshin from all of the hyper carries and stuff, like hyper carry, for example, like Alekino, Zhao, I think like Chlorine, you could kind of consider her hyper carry as well. If you want something else and you want to experiment with this burning mechanic, she's a unit that you could think about getting. Now, I don't know anything about Sidgeween, honestly. I know a little bit, but I didn't talk about her. If you like Sidgeween, go for her. But between these two units, you need to look at your account depending on how you're having fun. Yes, fun at the end of the day, bro. This has me questioning, do I want to go for Chlorine tonight? Because, you know, I have Riding, I have a couple Electro units, but a unit like this, I don't have anything like this. And it has me thinking like, if in Natlan, if we will have units to work alongside her. I don't know. The next thing is that she's scaling off crit damage, which is interesting. So what they are trying to point out here, if you didn't know how the burning mechanic works, it works with your elemental mastery, depending on the elemental mastery that you have. Now, if you put like a ton of elemental mastery on Nahida, the triggering is kind of weird, I would say. Sometimes the trigger is from the Pyro unit, or sometimes it's from the DENDRO unit. So I guess they want you to build her with crit damage like a main DPS to use her off field, and your on field character. I wonder if you want to build elemental mastery on your on field Pyro unit. There. So we have an elemental skill, not elemental skill, we have a burning artifact set that's waiting for her. If you didn't know, with the Alekino artifact set, I'm sure you have some pieces, and that's literally for her. Everything aligns with her kit. We will have to wait and see tomorrow how good she is from the gameplay, because gameplays could change up a lot of things. Like right off the bat here, it just seems like you pop the elemental skill, you switch to your other units, you play them, and it might be like that. Or maybe you could see the animation and be like, wow, this unit looks actually very interesting. And, you know, it has me thinking, do I want to summon for Chlorine tonight? Or do I want to wait a little bit for tomorrow? So think about that. And yeah, that's Emilie for now. I didn't want to go into much details into her kit. I will have a follow-up video of this in the future, maybe 1 to 2 weeks from now. This is the best summary that I could give. Hopefully you understand. Hopefully you enjoy this video. Leave your thoughts down below. Let me know if you are going to pull for Chlorine, for Sidgeween, or are you waiting for Emilie? And, you know, let me know if I got anything wrong. And, you know, best of luck on your pulls tonight if you are pulling. So hit the like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me go and get some sleep. Take care.
In my sight, landing nowhere within sight. Had to take her with me. She was tasty to my sight.